Natural disaster part 2. So we have already seen natural disaster, the meaning, and also the natural disaster earthquake. Now we are going to see some of the other natural disasters in this part. Topics to be covered in this part. Natural disaster, that is flood, type of flood, cause of flood, cyclone, tsunami, consequences of the flood, precautions to avoid flood, some of the biggest flood of 2019. Floods. Floods mostly occur when heavy rainfall takes place. As a result, the river or the stream exceeds its capacity and the water overflows to its banks, spreading to the nearby places. It submerged the whole area. So the river which is flowing here has overflown its capacity and has spread to the nearby places. That is called a flood. Types of flood. There are many types of flood that keeps on occurring in and around India. First one is flash flood. Flash floods are fast moving waters that sweep everything in their path. They are caused by heavy rainfall or rapid snow thaw. Whenever a river is over flooded by heavy rainfall water or rapid melting of the snow, it causes a rapid movement in the river and that leads to flash flood. Flash floods have the water in much force. It washes everything out, whatever comes in their path. And that's why these are known as flash floods. They occur suddenly and they takes everything with them. And that's why these are known as flash floods. Second one are coastal floods. So with the name itself, coastal floods occur in the coastal regions only, and they are caused by strong winds or storms that move towards the coast during high tide. Whenever there is a high tide, these storms and winds carry water of the ocean with them and submerge the coastal area. And that is why these coastal floods are very dangerous for the coastal regions. Third one is the river flood that are characterized by gradual river bank overflows caused by extensive rainfall over an extended period of time. So river floods can be characterized by slow rising of the water in the river and slowly flowing in the surrounding areas that will be caused due to regular or long period of rainfall, and because of heavy rainfall over a long period of time these river floods occur. Fourth one is urban flood. It occurs when the drainage system in the city or town fails to absorb water from the heavy rain. So sometimes the drainage system is choked and water is not able to flow out of the cities. Urban floods occur. The fifth one is the pluvial flood that forms in flat areas where the terrain can't absorb the rainwater, causing puddles and ponds to appear. So pluvial floods are like formation of ponds due to heavy rainfall. There are certain causes for the flood. Sudden melting of large amount of snow in the mountain during the summer season causes the flood. You can see how the snow melts during the summer season and it causes flood. Cyclones and tsunamis in the coastal areas. Cyclones and tsunamis are caused because of the wind movement and the movement of the water because of those wind. So because of these the water rushes towards the shore and submerging these areas, so that causes flood. And the third one is collapse of a dam or embankment built across a river, then there is a chance of flood. The fourth one is blocking of river channels by landslides. So suddenly there is a landslide and the water present in the river is forcefully rushed towards the other areas. So that also causes flood. So you must be wondering, what are cyclones? Cyclones are tropical storms. It consists of rotating wind which whirl at high speed accompanied by torrential rain. So when there is high storm which rotates and it gives a whirl in the atmosphere, sometimes clouds get trapped in these storms and resulting in heavy rainfall and very fast moving wind. The combination of this strong wind with heavy rainfall is called cyclones. The next word you have heard is tsunami. A tsunami is a series of waves in the ocean or a large lake caused by displacement of large volume of water. Earthquakes, volcanic eruption, and other underwater explosions above or below the water generates a tsunami. So any of these disaster under the ocean surface will lead to this kind of rising on the surface of the ocean, and this will rush towards the land area, or it may not reach the land area, but these incidents can cause too much of damage in the land. When it reaches the land, it causes very much destructions, and when it reaches on the surface of ocean also, if there are sailors and fishermen on the ocean, it will lead to lots of destruction. Consequences and precautions. There are many consequences of the flood. Some of them are: a flood causes huge damage to life and property. It causes many waterborne diseases. Clean water gets contaminated, which leads to scarcity of water. But there are some precautions by which we can avoid the flood situation. So it can be called precautions or preparedness. So some of them are: proper drainage system should be built to avoid water collection. Embankment along the river should be repaired if they have developed any cracks. All the electrical equipment should be disconnected if there is a danger of flood. Check dams should be constructed. So these are some of the precautions and preparedness that you should follow during and before the flood. So first of all, see what happens when there is water all over the area. There is a greater chance of getting electric shock, and electric shock will be for a larger area of people. So that's why all the electric equipment should be turned off. So don't walk or drive through water. That will be dangerous for the people who are in the water. So if you're driving in a great speed, your car will get damaged, as well as you can hurt some other people also. Be ready to evacuate. Be ready to leave the house and stay informed. So stay informed means if there is a chance of flood in your area, you should be well aware and you should be listening to the news regularly, so that if some information is passed to you, you should be able to evacuate and leave that place and go to a higher place. Check dams. Check dams are small or temporary dams constructed on the embankments or on the river itself. These check dams are small dams that controls or stops the force of water flowing in the river. These are very helpful in prevention of flash flood. When there is a heavy rainfall, these check dams stop or act as speed breakers for the flow of water as well, thus preventing the flash flood and avoiding soil erosion from the particular embankments also. So these check dams are not new technology, they are traditional technology which had been used since our great ancestors, and these are still a very effective way to control the impact of flood. The biggest flood to affect India in 2019 and 2020. According to recent reports, extreme weather killed more than 1,500 people in India in 2019, with heavy rains and flood alone claiming 850 victims. In the period from July to August 2019, multiple states across the country experienced episodes of severe flooding. The flood had major short as well as long term impact on the lives of people residing in the affected area. In the present year 2020, heavy rain in Nepal and India has resulted in flooding in Assam, Bihar, and Meghalaya. Several states continue to be affected by rain, widespread flooding, and landslide from the southwestern monsoon. Assam, Bihar, Gujarat, Kerala, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, and Andhra Pradesh continue to be most affected. Topics we have learned in this part. Flood mostly occur when heavy rainfall takes place. As a result, the river or stream exceeds its capacity and water overflows its banks, spreading to the nearby places. Cyclones are tropical storm. It consists of rotating wind which whirl at high speed accompanied by torrential rain. A tsunami is a series of waves in an ocean or large lake caused by the displacement of large volume of water. Proper drainage system should be built to avoid water collection. Embankment along the river should be repaired if they develop cracks. Check dams should be constructed. These three are the ways to avoid flood situation. With this, the part comes to an end. Thank you and have a very good day.